My colleague Dr. Lily and I were wandering through our Institute museum the other day, admiring the exhibits, when an Otariid skull reminded us of our lack of knowledge relating to eared seals.
How do they survive in the sea?
Terrestrial mammals began to re-enter the Earth's waters over 60 million years ago. Although all extant cetaceans are obligate aquatic mammals, their evolution involved terrestrial mammals transitioning to intermediate amphibious forms, before which they then went on to become the aquatic specialists we are familiar with today. Therefore, we may ask whether the pinnipeds, specifically the otariids, the eared seals, are themselves in a transitional state, on their way to becoming fully aquatic, just as happened in the evolution of modern-day cetaceans. Are pinnipeds cetaceans-to-be, converging towards the cetacean evolutionary pathway, or are they on a different trajectory?
Therefore, Dr. Lily and I decided to ask an otariid ourselves, and off to the beach we ran.
Hello, Miss Seal. Would you mind answering some questions?
Go ahead.
Are there any challenges you have to face when it comes to the marine environment? And how do you cope with them?
A very good question. We have loads of challenges we face. One of these is thermoregulation. Marine mammals require adaptations to reduce heat loss in cold waters. Central to the thermoregulatory process in cetaceans is blubber, a subcutaneous fatty deposit. One of the roles of blubber is that it acts as an insulator, helping to reduce heat loss to the surrounding water. Otariids use blubber for thermoregulation, but, unlike cetaceans, they are also covered in short, dense, waterproof hair, their primary adaptation to thermoregulatory pressures. Their hair acts as an external insulator by trapping a warm layer of air next to the body. Unlike in phocids, otariids do not undergo an annual molt, but rather continuously shed and replace their hairs throughout the year.
Oh wow, that is absolutely amazing. Anything else special about your adaptation to the marine environment?
Well, some of our development hasn't followed the same line as the cetaceans. The cetacean skull has structurally diverged from terrestrial mammals. It is telescoped. The rostrum, or beak, has become elongated, and the nares have retracted and migrated posteriorly, towards the tail, increasing the efficiency of breathing while swimming. However, the otariid skull has largely remained similar to the skull of terrestrial mammals, with no such repositioning of the nares. Also, my olfactory abilities have adapted. Smell, aka olfaction, is a crucially important sense in most terrestrial mammals. However, cetaceans are considered to generally lack a sense of smell. The toothed whales, odontocetes, have completely lost the olfactory tracts, while the olfactory bulb is absent in baleen whales, Mysticetes. However, in contrast, otariids have retained olfactory capabilities. Olfaction plays a role in social interactions, with mothers using olfactions to recognize their pups.
Oh my goodness! These physiological differences don't appear to give any indication that otariids are on their way to converging towards the cetacean evolutionary pathway, but let's dig a bit deeper. Can you come and tell us more about this at the university? Thank you for coming with us. We wanted to tell you more of what we learned. We have also heard this about locomotion and how well you otariids have adapted to this in the sea. Locomotion, either through air or water, has an energetic cost. Semi-aquatic mammals suffer trade-offs between locomotor energy efficiency and versatility in their ability to move between land and water. The total cost of transport in semi-aquatic mammals, such as otariids, is therefore higher than that of a fully aquatic marine mammal, such as cetaceans, which are exclusively specialized for swimming.
A scientist called Williams speculated that locomotor costs would be low in terrestrial specialists, but increase as terrestrial mammals re-entered the water and became semi-aquatic, before subsequently falling again to their previous low levels as a mammal became fully aquatic, evolving to live exclusively in the water. To become fully aquatic, mammals would therefore have to overcome the hurdle of increased transport costs. Although this doesn't seem like it would be favorable by natural selection, Williams suggested that the energetic benefits gained by other factors, such as food availability or favorable climatic conditions, would have resulted in selection for a fully aquatic life, overcoming the supposed obstacle of locomotor costs. Williams's theory would therefore suggest that semi-aquatic otariids are on their way evolutionarily to becoming fully aquatic like cetaceans, as natural selection favors aquatic specialism due to reduced locomotor costs.
However, as seals, we display a behavioral adaptation which reduces our costs of locomotion underwater. As they dive down to find food, Weddell seals spend prolonged periods of time, more than 12 seconds, gliding when active stroke frequency is reduced to 0. This reduces energetic costs by reducing locomotor effort, but allows the seal to continue swimming at speeds of around 1.1 meters per second.
This finding therefore appears to contradict Williams' theory, and suggests that being semi-aquatic can in fact be evolutionarily stable in terms of the energetic cost of locomotion, and not necessarily be a precursor for becoming fully aquatic.
So what else do I need to develop in order to follow the same pathway as cetaceans?
Well, there are a number of other factors which make it unlikely that otariids are following along the same evolutionary pathway as cetaceans. Seals give birth on land to their young head down to allow them to breathe if they become stuck in their birth canal. Cetaceans, however, exhibit tail-first delivery to prevent the offspring from drowning. In addition to the orientation of young during birth needing to change for otariids to become fully aquatic, currently helpless and underdeveloped newborn offspring of otariids would have to become more or better developed at birth if they were to be able to survive immediately in water. They would have to become able to swim from the point of birth as in cetaceans.
So what have we learned?
It seems that otariids are not following the same pathway as cetaceans. However, who's to say? The evolution of terrestrial mammals to fully aquatic animals took around 12 million years. Who knows what will happen to otariids in the next few million years?
And so we said goodbye to the seal for the day.